this is the lineup we've got for today.
In lane 1, South Africa. Lane 2, Ireland. Lane 3, Great Britain. Lane 4, Romania. Lane 5, Switzerland. And lane 6, USA.
South Africans over there on the far side from University of Pretoria, Tuxedown Club. John Smith up in the bows with a 6:20 personal best on the erg, which is really very low, but he's in the final and qualified for Paris. Chris Baxter, the 23-year-old in the stroke seat. The two Irish, what a season, Ross Corrigan in the bows and Nathan Timoney have had. You can hear the cheers for the men from Portora Boat Club and Queen's University Belfast. The British, are they favourites? Probably so. Tom George in the stroke seat, formerly of Princeton, and wynne-griffith, formerly of Yale, behind him. One in Lucerne. These two men are world champions. They rode fantastically in the Romanian men's 8 yesterday. Sergei Bayan and Marius Kosmiuk in the bows. The two Swiss, some people's favourite for gold. They won at the European. Roman Riegeli, the man from the double sculls in Rio and Tokyo. Andre Gulick in the stroke seat. Again, another Yale oarsman. And Will Bender and Evan Olsen have done an incredible job to get in the final. Will from Vermont and Dartmouth, Evan Olsen from Washington, and latterly Oxford Brooks as well, coached by Bill Manning III. And it's been one of the sensations of the championships, the form of this American pair who came together late, and they're here in the final.
Yeah, some very good pairs haven't made it through to this A final. It's all about what we've got here in front of us. We had a look at that British pair, saw Tom George sitting in that stroke seat. They're called forward, getting into position.
And they're away. Fast start from the Romanians, as we would expect to see, but the British looking to track them out of the blocks. The Romanians up on 54 strokes per minute.
It looked pretty smooth and connected though, didn't it, from the British pair, holding those blades under the water, finishing out every stroke. That got them out to a nice start. We're looking at the South African pair over there on lane number 1 as well, away nicely.
And the British have kept their routine. They came down this morning for a pre-paddle, then this afternoon you saw them at the coffee bar getting their cappuccino, which they do before every race. Seems to have served them well in the first part of this course. I think the crews know the British will go out quickly. Can the Romanians challenge them in the last 500?
Well, the Romanians were so good at the World Championships last year, weren't they, where they won this race, came through the British, the Spanish were there too. They're not in the race today. I'm drawn towards thinking about the Swiss as well over here. They beat the British at the European Championships, but we take a look at them there. wynne-griffith in the bow seat, looking good into this headwind.
And the conditions on the course, Greg, I think both of us have decided we'd rather have the lanes on the far side.
Yeah, I think I would like to have those lanes on the far side. And how about the Irish, who are now moving up on the British in lane number 2? It's the Irish bow, which is moving up the canvas. Take a quick look at them there. It's Ross Corrigan in the bow seat. It's Nathan Timoney in front of them, rowing really nicely out in lane 2.
Come through the under-23 system, this Irish pair been put together by Mauro Giovanni, the performance director, coached by Nicolo, his son.
And it will be the Irish, it looks like, to lead through that 500-metre marker. Ireland, Great Britain, Switzerland, then South Africa, USA and Romania push back into 6th position.
Yeah, and the Irish did go out fast in Lucerne. They were really quick to 1,000 metres, and it's the question marks over the second half. The British, I don't think they'll be flustered at the moment, but Ireland are edging away, guys. This could be a shock, a sensation, a big upset in the final of the men's pairs.
Well, this Irish pair are learning all the time. We've seen good performances from the Irish already today. And how about this? They're edging away Ross Corrigan and Nathan Timoney, looking good here at the front of the field. In Lucerne, they seem to go in the first 250, and then they fell back. Today, they've gone almost after 250. They seem to have started to open a gap.
Yeah, Andre Gulick and Roman Riegeli from Switzerland moving back on the British as well. And starting to look a bit ominous for the pre-race favourites.
and Ireland in the lead. Interestingly, they're in lane 2, and it was at the same point in the race that the Dutch in the race prior in lane 2 took the lead as well. So I wonder if what you were discussing about the course conditions are starting to play out now.
Perhaps it might be, Sarah, but have a look at the Swiss. They're the ones who've made the big move from 500 up to 1,000. They've charged through the British pair, and the Swiss are now solidly in second position. If anything, starting to challenge the Irish for the lead as the British drop back.
They look a little bit heavy, the British, not quite as sharp as the Swiss, certainly nothing like as sharp as the Irish. Going to have to be a big, big third quarter from Tom George and wynne-griffith to get the gold medal here as we pass through the 1,000 metres.
Well, we got to watch the Swiss on Lake Bled at the European Championships. They rode so well. They handled slightly bumpy water very well in the past. It's slightly bumpy, it's slightly tricky. Do this British pair have the skills they need to come back and move in this second 1,000?
Yeah, the British have got an awful lot of work to do. We haven't seen too much of it in the third quarter. If anything, the Irish moving away. I think it's the Swiss that will challenge them. Coached by Ian Wright, Andre Gulick closest to us, Roman Ruizli up in the bows, made the successful transition, the dark blue oarsman, and they are moving on the Irish.
Yeah, it looks to me as though the Swiss have the momentum, the Irish still in the lead, but it's the Swiss looking dangerous, although the Brits, there's a look across there from wynne-griffith in the bow seat. I think they've got something else to say about this as well. Surprised, though, to see Romania totally out of it.
Yeah, Romania totally out of it. I would want to be in that Irish boat if I was anywhere on the course right now. They've gone hard, they've gone early, but they're in a great position. The British are looking to move back on them. The Swiss made their big move. Will the Swiss continue to move? They're more or less level. You see it now, getting in front of the Irish. Still plenty to happen here.
I'm not sure the Irish have got what it takes to hang on in the last 500. Sensational row from them. But I think the Swiss, with that win in Bled behind them, with that Ian Wright training programme, have what it takes to hang on in the last 500. I don't see the British coming back. Here go the Swiss.
The Swiss moving into the lead now. Do the Irish have a response? The British desperately trying to come with them. The British on 37 strokes per minute. The Swiss up at 38, the Irish up at 38. We're coming through the 1,500 metres, and it will just be the Swiss leading the Irish, with the British starting to come back.
Well, the British are starting to come back. I think we're in for a fantastic last 500. It's all about this last 500 now. The British are moving on the Irish. Will they be able to move also on the Swiss on this side of the course? I think they're coming.
The British are coming, but I think the Swiss are going to hang on. What are the Irish still doing up there? I expected them to fade, but Ross Corrigan and Nathan Timoney are giving hope to the Irish supporters in the stands as we come up to the final 300 metres.
The Irish are coming back. The Irish could still get through the Swiss on this side of the course. They're rowing really well. They're at 40 strokes a minute. The Irish starting to push back on the Swiss. The British have still got a lot to do, but they're not yet in the red buoys.
The Swiss still hanging in there for the lead. They've got about a canvas over the Irish. I think the Irish made a little tilt, but I don't think that they're going to be able to come back here. It is the British who are looking to step on. Are they going to be able to get themselves back? Here come Romania. We know that they have a sprint, but have they left too little too late?
The Romanians, we saw that fantastic sprint. The world champions going, sensing blood now. Will they get through the British? Will the British miss out on the medal? Ireland tiring. Switzerland go out. The gold medal is theirs for the taking.
Here we go, coming down to the line. The Swiss have got the lead. The Irish are tiring. The British are threatening, but it's threatening for the silver medal as we're coming in for the last 10 strokes or so down to the line.
A magnificent row by the Swiss pair. Roman Ruizli, the 29-year-old, the young Andre Gulick, 24, saved the best till last. They will take the gold medal here on the Sava River course. World champions from Switzerland in the men's pair. Great Britain get through the Irish. Silver medal for them. Ireland take a bronze medal. Fantastic result for the Irish pair. They'll be delighted with that. The world champions have to settle for fourth place. USA come in fifth, and over on the far side, John Smith and Chris Baxter, the South Africans, finish in sixth place.
Well, Adrian Gulch and Roman Ruizli take a bow. What a fantastic row they did over here, lane 5. We're talking about that. That's nothing to do with their performance. If they were up against it, they delivered. Heartbreak for the British, and a wonderful performance from the Irish to go out there bravely after about 250 metres, put in a massive 1,500 in the middle, and then hang on for that bronze medal.
wynne-griffith, the Yale oarsman, Andre Gulick, the Yale oarsman. There'll be a Yale dinner tonight in Belgrade in honour of the Yale coach, Steve Gladstone. when they recover, but what a race that was. When the British led after 250, I thought, wow, impressive. And then the Irish.
Nothing unfolded the way I thought it would in that race. I didn't think that the British, in fairness, were going to come back through the Irish to take the silver medal. So I think that was a really great job of just never saying die and getting themselves back into silver. I thought, 250 to go, that they were locked away in the bronze. So I thought it was a really good effort to get themselves there, but a really well-timed race from the Swiss. And we were talking about the disadvantage in the lanes, but hey, they've just won a world championship from lane 5.
Yeah, good on them winning as they did. They've shown all year they can row really well in any conditions. We saw them start the year in Zagreb. I remember you and I were there, Martin, and we said, well, that's fantastic what they've done in Zagreb when there's not many people to compete against. Here they've competed against the whole world and they've won the gold medals. Very deserved champions, Switzerland, ahead of Great Britain and Ireland.